What's going on, everybody? Marcus here. Check out my blog at www.goonmode.com. I'll go ahead and place the link in the description here. But I talk about entrepreneurship, I talk about world events, I talk about politics. So if you're interested in that stuff, go ahead and check it out. Goonmode.com. Today is Monday, the 24th of February. A couple stories here that I wanted to kind of touch on with you. First being Ukraine, and Ukraine is basically the West, and by the West I mean the New York bankers, the London bankers, basically the central banks that run the EU, United States, and London. It's their economic warfare that they use. And now the U.S. has several different methods of warfare that they like to use on countries, and one of the more popular ones, especially that you've been seeing lately, is destabilization. So you take a look at Libya with Gaddafi. You take a look at Egypt and Syria. You know, the U.S. likes to distract and cause trouble in other countries because then the people here aren't looking at the major challenges and major problems that the U.S. faces right now. You got over 100 million on food stamps. That's almost a third of the country on food stamps. You got the Fed basically printing money, quantitative easing that's holding up the bond market and the economy that's right now basically in a depression. You know, we're in a depression and we're being held up by 85 plus $1 billion being spent. So Ukraine is basically just a distraction, and now that the Olympics are over, I would expect Putin to probably roll in there like he did in Georgia, just roll Russian troops in there and reestablish the government because that's what he does. So we'll keep our eye on that and see how that pans out. But I expect Putin to send troops there. So we'll see what happens. Okay, next story. Piers Morgan being fired. That basically is the symptom of the collapse of the mainstream media. So you look at over the past couple months, I've seen, I don't know, countless people being fired from radio and TV due to poor ratings, and basically the people aren't going to CNN, CNBC, and all these radio stations for news anymore. They're getting it through George Report, Infowars, Fabian for Liberty, other sites like that, and basically just local people who are covering the news instead of the big channels. So that's really a testament to what people, when they get out and get active, what they can do. There's channels on YouTube, Demcat and Fabian for Liberty. These are just normal guys, and they're out reporting the news, and their channels are growing astronomically over the past couple of years. I've been seeing them. So that's really what one good thing about our technology is, that we can use it to basically displace the bigger guys and their propaganda. So that's a good story and a good sign for us. Okay, and today I guess the stock market hit an all-time high. In reality, that really means nothing because the stock market isn't tied to the normal economy. Like I was saying earlier in the video, we still got over 100 million people on food stamps. You basically got the economy in a rut. All world economies in a rut, and they're all printing record amount of money to keep the economy going. So basically the stock market doesn't really mean anything. It's really just to get the people excited or scared, to kind of let you know how the economy's going, but it really isn't tied to it. You got the quantitative easing that's holding up the treasury markets, the bond markets. They're basically going in there and buying that up. The quantitative easing is also holding up the real estate markets as well as the stock market. The real estate market, they're basically giving hedge funds and banks free money, and then they're going into cities like Detroit and they're buying up large tracts of land, and they're doing that all across the country. So, I mean, that's really not a recovery, so they have to keep the housing prices high and going higher, so to give you the illusion that it's a recovery, but it's actually not. And with the stock market, you got the plunge protection team going in there and bidding up stocks and the high frequency trading, it's really just a fraud. And while they keep the stock market high, they're also keeping the gold and silver, or they're trying to keep them low. So, but that's starting to break out. So I expect we'll see silver and gold the next few months. I expect we'll see those to go up as well. So that's it for now. Like I said, go check out my blog, www.goonmode.com. Check it out. Talk about politics, entrepreneurship, and things like that. So have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.